Hey guys, I assume you can hear me and not see me because my webcam... Oh, is it gonna... Oh, there it goes! Yay! Thanks, Eve White. Yeah, I went on OC Remix because I'm told that's what you do when you need music for streams like this. And I downloaded just a ton of Legend of Zelda remixes, pretty much. Like, I have a couple songs that are not Legend of Zelda remixes, but I think I downloaded like 11 or 12 songs, and probably at least 8 of them are Legend of Zelda. So, how's everybody doing tonight? I'm excited to see you all, and I'm excited to be playing more FF6. Oh! Ha! Now I'm recording. I made a note to myself because I messed up so badly last time with the fact that I didn't save the VODs properly. So this time, I wrote myself a note so that I would hopefully not forget. I think I also checked the thing now that Twitch is going to automatically keep them for me, so hopefully I will have backups and we will not mess that up again. If, by the way...
Laptop bad.
Alright.
I can't.
Alright, sorry, roommate stuff happening in the background here. What was I talking about? The VODs. If you want to see the VODs, what exists of them is on YouTube. I think it's youtube.com/user/Kagedtiger, something like that. So last week it was like a 3-hour stream with 3 segments, and I got all of the second segment and the second half of the third segment because I am terrible at recording. So if you missed any of those pieces, you can go back and watch them. And sorry about that. Alright. So this is going to be my second ever stream of FF6. Let's see. So, start off with spoiler policy for those of you who weren't in chat at the beginning last time. Basically, try not to spoil stuff. Like, don't tell me about story stuff. Don't tell me what's about to happen. The one exception is if I'm about to miss something important. Like if there's a character and I'm about to walk by them and you can never come back and get them again, or, there's like a one-of-a-kind item that disappears if you don't get it immediately, or, there's a dialogue option that is super important, like, that you can message me. If you want to, like, type important in all caps in the chat, I will like, look over. I will try and look over and see what people are saying. So yes, I decided that I'm going to try and start this time by recapping what I remember from last time. And then I'm going to end the video with my predictions for what I think is going to happen next. And we'll see how that works as a formula. So, recap. When we started the game last time, there is an evil nation that is in control of stuff in the world. And they have all kinds of big tech, like robot suits and things. And they're searching for this lost source of magic that will help them conquer the world, because magic has gone extinct. And they seem to have found, like, the one girl who is able to use magic, and they used some fancy tech to, like, brainwash, control her, and go to search for some kind of magical phoenix duck that was stuck in ice in a cave somewhere. And the phoenix duck set her free and destroyed the 2 guards that were with her. And then she woke up and she didn't remember anything. And she met this thief guy named Locke, and they went searching for the leader or possibly just some contact in this rebellion against this big empire named Edgar. And he was in control of a fortress in the desert. And, well, okay, yes, phoenix duck. It looked kind of like a duck, but fancy colored, like a phoenix. That's why I call it the phoenix duck. But yes, so we went to Edgar's castle in the desert, and then Kefka, who's one of the generals of the big evil empire, came, and he was like, "Rawr, turn over the girl." And Edgar was like, "Nyahaha, you gotta catch me." And then we all jumped on chocobos and ran away, and the fortress sank into the desert. And now we have come across a small village on the other side of the pass, and there was a hut where Edgar's brother had been living at some point. And he's not there anymore. There was just like the remains of some tea that he used to drink or something like that. I don't remember. Jet lag. If the phoenix duck is a dragon, and I get the option to name it, I will name it jet lag for you, because dragons aren't jet lag. All right. So let me, without further ado, switch over to the other scene here and start up the emulator. I'm going to do this. And you guys let me know, the sound settings are the same as they were last time, so hopefully it will not be too loud, but let me know if the sound is incompatible with my voice or anything else. I'm tempted, do you guys want me to let the intro cutscene play again? Because it didn't get recorded last time, so I don't know if people care to see. It doesn't show much, it just shows us wandering across the plains in the fancy mechs. There's our dramatic 2001 Space Odyssey opening chords. It is good music. It's been very good music in this game so far, so hopefully it will continue to be fun music. I don't know, I might be too impatient to sit through the opening again, but we'll see. Yes, hashtag fancy mechs. They're like fancy pants, but they're made of metal. That's the only difference. I mean, everything else about them is exactly like pants. These are pretty good for pixel graphics, too. Yeah, here's our opening backstory. For those who missed it, since we don't have the VODs from last time, I'll just let it play. So it's been 1,000 years since there was no magic. In that time, they invented steampunk. And they've been... I guess everybody has technology, but the Empire has the most technology. And they are also, in addition to having the most technology, they are also looking for magic so they can have control of the whole world. Oh, shoot, sorry. Can it be that those in power are on the verge of repeating a senseless and deadly mistake? Thanarod says that this art makes him want to throw up. So everybody can go be angry at Thanarod for his lack of taste in retro visuals. See, those are my two faceless guards, and there's the obvious main character, because you can tell she's the main character because she's got green hair, and that means, since this is from Japan, that means she's the main character. Yeah, so they went to look for the thing. Alright, I think that's more or less where this cuts off. They say, is it safe to have her here? It's because she's wearing, it's fine because she's wearing some kind of controlled headband. See, they even look like pants. They just come right up to the waist. And, you know, they have claws and jetpacks like all good pants. Yes, the slave crown, that's what the thing is called. Yes, Lightning has pink hair, therefore she's the main character. She has odd-colored hair. It doesn't have to be green specifically. It just has to be any unreal color of some kind. I mean, Utena has pink hair, and she's the main character of Revolutionary Girl Lieutenant, which is the best anime. And then this is just the opening credits, so I'm going to skip the opening credits. And we're going to load. I have taken to naming characters. So far, all my characters are named something that sounds more or less like their name, but isn't actually their default name. With the exception of the character we met at the end last time, who was called Shadow, who I named Sad Face Emoticon, because he looks like he's probably pretty emo. Alright. And yes, this looks like the later one. This data? Yes, this data. I have to remember what all the controls are. Okay. So I was in some kind of inn or one of the buildings in this little village that we ran into. Seems to be kind of a resting spot. Of course, now I don't remember any of the places where I haven't been, but hopefully that's fine. House in the northern part of town belongs to our wealthiest citizen. Is that someone I should know? Maybe it is. Or maybe it's someone important that I will meet. Ah yes, the Magitech armor. I have also been told, I think Steph mentioned, that I should, in battle, I should use Edgar's tools menu, which I didn't last time because I thought it was just items, but apparently it is not the same thing as items. Have I been here already? I don't remember. That's a very animated little fireplace. Gact has a Vocaloid? Isn't that against the, like, principles of a Vocaloid? Isn't the point of a Vocaloid that they don't have any, like, actual person associated with them? My grandfather was a servant for the richest man in town. It's weird that they call him the richest man in town. Ha! Now I have trapped you, small child. Oh, you can come out. Is it weird that they just call him the richest man in town rather than giving him a name? Oh, that's a straight up don't talk to me. Well, thanks, random turban dude. You seem like you're probably important. You look less generic than the other characters. I don't like stranger. Bring me some cider and maybe I'll talk to you. Wow, like Legend of Zelda style fetch quest. Okay. I'm looking for some cider. I wonder if they have that at the inn where that little cafe was. Oh wait, I should check their basement. Just in case they have like barrels or something that I can steal from. Can I go this way? Oh, I can. That looks like you shouldn't be able to go through there, but you can. But there is nothing here, I'm guessing. Nope, I got a tonic. I got a tonic from the bucket. Bucket tonic. Oh god. Someone... Oh god, Thanarod doesn't know what Vocaloids are. Thanarod, be prepared to be disappointed in humanity. This is exactly the sort of thing. Hold on, I'm getting a message. Oh, just a second. Sorry. Alright, back. So this is the syringe shop, which is actually not the syringe shop, it's the sword shop. Okay, last time I felt bad because I had seen this sign and then I went in and the other sign it was like, oh, obviously that's meant to be a sword, right? Because you see the sword up above there on the thing. But actually look at this sign on the outside. That looks like a syringe way more than that looks like a sword. Right? Because it's got that one dark line that goes all the way through it. And like the little plunger thing at the end, that doesn't look at all like a sword. Jeez. Alright. Are you... This is the northeast. Are you the richest? Oh, I'm guessing that might be the grounds of the richest man, or maybe that's just the forest behind the thing. Oh, that's not my interact button. Not Colts is to the east. Well, that was chasing you down a lot for nothing. The richest man in the town lives in the northeast, they said. I'm not sure. Ah, this is the genie shop, clearly. Or more or less. Alright, what do you sell me? I have 44 tonics. I don't need any tonics. I don't have any eye drops. Do I have enough money to get some eye drops? We have 5 eye drops. I like to have 5 of every anti-status thing just in case, because you never know when a fight might come up where it's a huge problem. And you'd be like, oh no, if only I had one soft, and then you are sad. I've been here already, haven't I? Yes. So I gotta find some cider and a rich person. Maybe. Unless that was the rich person who wanted cider. But didn't they say he was in the northeast part of town? That seemed like that was the southeast corner. Maybe not. No, this isn't the cafe. Where is the cafe? Dang, fictional town layouts, so confusing. Okay, this is the inn. I know it was near the inn. There's the cafe. Cafe, do you have some cider that I can purchase? Students have no peers. Is that the martial arts guy? I think it's martial arts. So see, this is that shadow guy who I couldn't talk to before, but I just want to talk to the bartender and get a drink. And he'll say like, no, you can't talk to me. Yeah. I am never going to regret naming him Emoticon. Vargas resembles. The other situation, by the way, in which spoilers are allowed is if I directly ask the chat what I should do because I'm stuck. Which probably won't happen, but may, depending on... Oh, hey, it's this guy. Oh, I was going to bring him some cider. But you were bringing him some cider. Didn't you do this already? Didn't this happen last time? That there was like a cider? Can I just steal this cider? No. Can I steal cider from one of these tables to take to the guy? Well, that guy wanted cider. And this other guy's bringing him cider, so maybe he'll just talk. Oh, wait. No, come back. Where did he go? I don't have the fast... Oh, shoot. Am I going to have to buy the fast running shoes item to keep up with this guy? So that I can see, like, where he's going and keep up as a runner? Because that would be kind of really annoying, actually. Because I think I spent all my GP on other stuff already. Is this the place where the guy was? Okay, looks like I might have to do a runner. So maybe I have to... But where am I going to get cider? If I don't come back. It seems like I can walk as fast as him. Take me to your cider! Oh, that's a walk-through spot, I see. Is this actually timed, or is this just based on where I am in the scene? It seems like it's actually timed. Alright, maybe I can just go and pick up the cider myself. No, I want the cider. I want to take the cider to him. But I can't move while he's getting the cider, so there's no way for me to pick up cider. And I am much less practiced at walking than this guy is, apparently. Who are you? Yeah, I know you're not safe. No one is safe. It's okay. I will save you. I am destined savior girl with the weird hair. Maybe there's a shortcut to get there before him or something. But I don't... No, I definitely can't chase him down as is. Alright, so I gotta do something else first. I have to buy the fast running shoes. Although I'm really not sure what purpose it would serve me to get there before him, except that it seems like it might be possible that I can get there before him, so therefore it seems like I should try to do so, which is maybe not the best logic, but that's how I think as like a game designer. Does this just go all the way around the city? Oh wait, there's barrels here. Is there something... Why would you put barrels here and then not put anything in the barrels? There we go. I got a warp stone. That sounds useful. Talking about civic planning or something in chat. Alright, I'm tired of this city. It's too peaceful. I'm gonna go fight some monsters. Let's see what's out. What else is out on the mini-map, now that I have temporarily exhausted what I think I can do in this location. There's probably something I have to do, like something involving running that cider. But for now, I'm just going to see if there's anywhere else I can go on this map. Whoa, what are those things? Okay, Rodox? And grease something or other. Alright, tools. Auto crossbow. Fight everyone. That's convenient. I can see why Steph wanted me to use that. Alright. Does that also use MP? Does he have like his own MP for stuff like that? Yes, no, I can see that they're scorpion mice. I'm just wondering what the official name of scorpion mice is. No, that's items. This is tools. Kagedtiger. It does a lot of damage even to a single target. He's just a strong guy, I guess. Jason, I refuse to believe that there are more characters in this game than there are in Chrono Cross. But I will try and max out characters if you want. Probably we won't, but I could also get so lost that I just end up maxing out characters over the course of just trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. So, whoa! Oh god! For a second there I thought my other two guys had turned on Edgar and were fighting him. That would have been bad. Steal from the scorpion monkeys. No, you know what those things are? They're clearly Sentrets from Pokemon. Like, I recognize a Sentret when I see it. Also, last time I turned down the game speed by accident instead of turning it up. So I should maybe do that. Sorry, I gotta jam out to the music. It's so jammable. Alright, let me... What am I... That's missing. Config. Yeah, because even though it says fast and slow right here on the screen, I thought speed, high numbers means faster speed, because of course, why wouldn't it? So I turned it up, but in fact, this is the direction that says fast. So... Oh right, I can save on this screen, I forgot. And then I will also save in, what did I just save, slot 2? Slot 2. Oops, somebody's messaging me on Facebook, ignore that. I haven't actually played through Chrono Cross. I've seen friends play some of it. Maybe I should do that next in my series of interminably long RPGs played on stream. I have it on like a PS1 disc, but I haven't actually played it. But yeah, no, like Chrono Cross always looked really interesting to me, and I know there's like I think there's 42 party characters you can get in that game or something like that. But you can't get them all in one game, but there's like an item where you can combine characters across from multiple save files, so you can like play the game 3 times and then combine your saves into one to get all of the characters. Red line, that sounds bad. Did I already steal from him? I can never remember whether I've successfully stolen or not. Yes, I apparently did. There we go. I have played Chrono Trigger. I have played most of Chrono Trigger. I got right up until the final boss fight. Like, I was ready to face Lavos, but then I got distracted because I wanted to finish up all the side quests before I faced the end boss. And I just got so overwhelmed by the, like, amount and depth of side quests that I never finished the game. Which is, sad, but that's how these things go. And I enjoyed Chrono Trigger. I think it did some really cool stuff, as a game and of its time. What's up this way? Is this the guy's house? No, this is Mount Colts. What's in Mount Colts? Alright, you guys, tell me this and only this. Am I getting further and further away from my actual objective right now by going into this mountain? Because if this is going to be something where I, like, take a 20-minute journey in one direction and then have to take another 20 minutes back to get to what I'm actually supposed to be doing, I don't know if I should necessarily go down that path. Although, of course, maybe what I am trying to do is find the, like, martial arts master who's living here. Ooh, that's a chest. Let's see. Serpiuses or something. They contain antidotes. Yeah, Serpius. Serpent bird. Parrot thing. Purple parrots. I don't know. Serpurples. Now I'm just doing free word association. That's not helping me. As usual, 90% of an RPG, random fights. So Thanarod asked last time about what is the point of a turn-based RPG? Because oh shoot, I let her die. That's not good. The central system of an RPG is essentially resource collection, because you're gaining more and more health and more magic by leveling up, and then over time, like, your tasks become more trivial. But his point was that, like, a resource collection and allocation game is not that useful if, I guess I'll have to use an item, or it's not that interesting. Do we just not have potions? Oh no, tonics are... And do I not have anything that recovers anything? Oh, she's just still down, okay. Fennec's down then. So the point is, like, what's the point of having interesting decisions about allocating your resources if your supply of resources is essentially infinite? But I don't actually think... I think systematically the fight-to-fight mechanic is resource sort of allocation, like you're saying. But that's not the real systemic pleasure that comes from an RPG. An RPG, from whether it's turn-based or action-based, is all about growth as a pleasure. Oh hey, that looked promising. That looked like a thing that happened. So I'm gonna go jump off a cliff. The central pleasure of an RPG is the fact that when you start, it's difficult to do certain tasks, and as you continue over the course of the game, those tasks become easier and easier until they become trivial. And there's a pleasure in that, excuse me, in that kind of growth, that feeling of mastery. And most games, oh look, it's a little face. Most games achieve this by, you know, you get better as a game as you play it. But an RPG like this takes out some level of, what am I looking for? Leeway, I guess, in that process. Whereas even if you don't actually get better at the game as you're playing, still maintain a sense of progress. It's a very one-to-one. You put time into the game and progress comes out. And that can be really comforting, because there aren't a lot of real-world systems that work that way, right? You can try learning a skill and do it for, like, you know, an hour every day for a month and not get any better. Oh hey, these must be the ninja masters that guy is training. Is auto crossbow just free? Do I just get to use it infinitely as much as I want? 'Cause that's awesome if so. But yeah, so there aren't that many systems that let you actually, like, quantify, I am spending X amount of time doing this, and therefore I will get this much better at it. And it's kind of comforting and simple in a way. It's nice when progress is that predictable. And I think that's what's fun about RPGs, is that I know I'm going to be, by the end of this, I'm going to be a badass. Even if, you know, I had to just keep grinding away because I wasn't getting any better at the game personally. If I'm willing to put in just the time and effort it takes, I will get rewarded. It's that kind of fairness that, you know, everyone wishes actually existed in the real world. Oh shit, lock's down. Phoenix down, quickly. Oh no, I was not fast enough. I really need to pay more attention to people's health. I'm not doing well with the... I always forget what is my item button. Alright, item... Phoenix down, please. No, you. And then... you can use cure, right? Yeah. Cure all the peeps, would ya? There we go. These guys are hitting hard, I gotta be careful. I missed one entrance, didn't I? Okay, this is the correct way to go, but I want to get that chest first. So I'm gonna go back and use the other door of those two doors, because treasure. Because you can't just not. Enemies do get better at about the same rate, so, but you know that you're fighting tougher enemies, so you still feel stronger, and in the event that you end up fighting, like a well-designed RPG will give you some scenarios towards the end where you fight people who are at least a little bit beneath you, so that you feel like you've become more powerful. And they don't just do this also, you know, with ease of battle, they also do it with the polish elements, so things like the attacks will just look fancier. In Kingdom Hearts, you feel like there's like more particle effects and you know, fancy animations and stuff. In games like this, you'll get things like, you know, powerful summons, which every time you know, do something, it causes the universe to explode. That kind of fancy. And, you know, when you can make the universe explode, you feel like a badass. I mean, who wouldn't? Oh, does Earthbound just, like, you auto-win the battle if it's, if you're too over-leveled? That's a pretty good system. Can I go down this way? Oh no, that's the edge of the world. That's not a ladder. I thought that was some kind of path. So there's another entrance here that I didn't take. See what's here. Is it that chest? It is that chest! Haha! Well, it's a chest anyway. It's a tent. Wait, can I jump down to this other place? I guess I can. That's the problem with multiplayer MMOs as well, is that it's a lot harder once you hit a certain maximum. Like in a single player, the game can just end at that point. But in an MMO, you want people to keep playing, but at a certain point they become more powerful than anything else in the game, and then there's no growth left. So the pleasure of growing stops. How does the actual learning of the system relate to that feeling of achievement? Like in Pokemon, part of the game is knowing what skills to use on which opponents. It's a common system with magic and skills. Yeah, and that's true. I think that's sort of inlaid, like woven in with the system of in turn-based RPGs, and in the way that combat is woven into action RPGs. Is there really no other way I can go here? And that's to give, to give you something to earn some kind of complex, interesting decisions that allow you to earn that experience. Oh no, I'm poisoned. I have magic for that, I think. I have my antidote. Wow, no wonder she steps only use auto crossbow. Auto crossbow is like super powerful. I love attacks that attack everybody. Do it! Arrows for everyone! And cure for everyone too. Good thing too, because Locke is... Man, Locke, you really need to pick up and keep up with. Yeah, like, it's okay if you don't get pleasure from that particular growth system. Not everybody gets pleasure from every game type. So there's lots of games that are about collecting stuff, and some people hate collecting stuff. And, there's plenty of games about, like, Twitch reaction speed stuff, and plenty of people hate those games, too. So it's just a matter of personal preference. But yeah, there is something to the, like, strategy of figuring out what skills am I most efficiently going to use. And that's the resource allocation thing Tannerog was talking about. Like, I have this amount of HP, this amount of MP, and these items. So how am I going to use them in this particular battle? And, figuring that out is an interesting set of decisions, and so it's a fun thing to do. But the feeling of growth is that as you go through the game, you end up with more and more resources to allocate, to the point where the decisions become, not less important, but you have much more to play around with. He jumped off that way, didn't he? I guess I'll have to keep following him along this bridge. Man, that auto crossbow. Yeah, see, there's a thing, people get really, really into Diablo, as you mentioned there, like some really, catchy collection mechanics, among other things. Like, it's all about the looting. I never got into Diablo for some reason. I'm not quite sure what it was exactly, but it just didn't grab me. But I really do love that looting element in Borderlands. I play a lot of Borderlands 2 with my husband, and there it's really fun, but for some reason I just didn't get into it in, I think I have a thing against, like, click to move as a mechanic. Like, the fact that you have to, I don't know. That could be nothing, actually. I see, you can only attack one side. That makes sense. It would be weird if it were otherwise, actually. Did I just take... What did I just take 23 damage from attacking? I don't know what that... Yeah, I had, my husband tells a story where he was, he asked someone about playing, yeah, save point. He asked someone about playing Diablo, and their response was, "Oh, I can't, I have class in 8 hours." So, like, you, some of those games, they really get you. You really, like, just don't notice. Just didn't catch me. Alright, and as usual, save. Alright, wonder if I need to do another heal. I'm starting to get a little low on MP, so I'm a little worried, but I might do it anyway, just in case we're about to go into a big fight, given that there's a save point right here. Any sign of Shadow Man? I assume it's, what's his name, the Ninja Master guy. Because, you know, he's a Shadow Man that goes quickly through the mountains. But I keep trying to accidentally hit delete as though that's my select button. Good thing that's not keyed to anything. Steal from that thing. I got a tonic. I thought tonics were the MP thing, but it seems they are also an HP thing, which means I actually don't know what the MP thing is. I assume there's gotta be an item that restores my MP, but I don't know what it is. Wow, that was like 3 steps I got. Trillium. Are these supposed to be like angry plants? I think so. That's what they look like. Steel. Magic. Cure. Myself. I should probably just cure everybody. I should probably always cure everybody because it doesn't seem worth it. Oh no, Edgar is poisoned. We have an antidote. Oh, we have 12 antidotes. Yeah, I can use an antidote on Edgar. Items I usually never use in games like this, and in a lot of games like this I never use status ailment stuff because it's almost never worth the damage that you give up for the turn that you're using it. The one exception for that was Persona 4, in which status effects, both positive and negative, can be decisive. If you ever play that game, I recommend just use all the status effect stuff. So powerful. Good night, Eve White. Thanks for joining us. This seems to be a pretty linear path, so it's not like I'm making a lot of decisions about where to go. I'm just following this down. This is a kind of an interesting landscape, in part that I can't tell what's higher and lower elevation, so it looks like there's just cracks in the ground until I try and run into some of them, and then I start to clip behind stuff, and I realize it's actually supposed to be higher up. Auto crossbow them, Edgar. You can do it. Kill them all! Well, okay, you killed them most. That's acceptable. Can't steal. Locke, I thought you were supposed to be a treasure hunter, and yet your steals are failing? Okay. Ooh, Scud has strawberries. Strawberries are delicious. Oh, hey! Come back! Wait, how do I get to you? I will go around. can see him, which probably means this is the screen that I will actually be able to talk to him. Man, everybody else has strawberries. I could get some frozen strawberries, that's what I have. That's not nearly as good. I could also get some frozen peas. I really like snacking on frozen peas. I don't know if that's like just really weird. But I don't know. They're small and they're cold and they're kind of crunchy and I don't know, they're delicious. You gotta be careful snacking on Paopu fruits, because you never know who you might accidentally entwine your destiny with. Could be dangerous. Man, I'm running into this one group of fighters pretty often here. Cure Egger, would you? Oh, well, she is poisoned. I have never seen any RPG have a kind of like notification on enemies about whether, oh now I'm out of MP, about whether or not you've actually successfully stolen from an enemy before you click the steal command. And I feel like that would be super useful. Because I would love to, like, if I just fail to notice which of the enemies I've stolen from, I would love, like, just a little symbol that says, like, you stole from this guy successfully, or you haven't stolen yet, or, like, this guy's nothing to steal. Sabin sent you, right? Sabin is Egger's brother. Whoa! He hit me so hard I exploded into 3 people. We're shadowing us earlier, right? Brilliant. Yes, well, you are the one other person in the mountain we've run into so far. How unlucky it is that you have run into me. Oh no! Boss fight, but I'm out of MP! Why would you do that to me now? Why? Alright. Do I have any items that will... Is tincture an MP thing? I don't even know what that does. Frig. I'm gonna hope it restores MP and just use it. It restored 50 something. What the... Who's Ipu? Ipu? Uh-oh, this is not going well for me. Whoops. Annihilated. Was this supposed to lose fight? Or is that the end of the game? Is this the game over screen? Is the game over screen that she cries a single tear? I did heal right after I saved. I just ran into, like, a ton of enemies between now and then. Usually, like, I'm used to it giving me save points before boss fights, but I guess this is not that kind of game. This predates that kind of game. Alright, so I'm back here. This time I'm going to heal up and then save again. And check for sure if I know what... Yes, tincture recovers MP. Okay, good. So I do have a thing that does that. Since I have so many tonics, I'll use tonics to heal for now, rather than... Alright. And now resave. Okay, I'll save in the same spot as last time. Alright. Try this again. Oh yeah, I guess I do have a tent, but I don't know. part of me wants to save those for emergencies, which is a bad instinct because then that's how you end up with 99 of them at the end. It's what my husband calls megalixir syndrome. Like, oh, I'm not going to use this in case I need it later, and then you just never use it. Right. So I feel like I want to put some of these stuff on my right hand, or my left hand, so that I can be faster at using these commands. Right now I have to stretch my pinky to do it, which is a little uncomfortable. Hey, Carol. Sweet. Maybe you need 99 tenths for the final boss. Yeah, you never know. It's a thing. Maybe it will secretly turn out that Tent is actually an item that reverses healing for the boss. You never know. Maybe he's invincible except for Tents. Could be. Well, this is giving me flashbacks to the section in Final Fantasy X where you're in like the snowy mountain area and you have to fight Seymour at the top, and dang, I lost that fight like 7 times or something trying to get through. I ended up, I guess here I'll see if status ailments persist. Oh god, it's like Pokemon where the status ailments actually persist as you're walking. Items. But yeah, no, something about that mountain area, I just really had a tough time with it. I don't know what it was. And I ended up having to go back to the save point and I think just like grind a little bit in the mountains before I could face him again. Seymour is such a weird villain. He's like so much less interesting than like every other Final Fantasy villain, and his motives are just super unclear. Nice, got another tonic. If what I mostly steal are tonics, then I should be mostly okay for healing, at least between fights. So yeah, Mount Gagazet. That's right, Mount Gagazet. F that fight. Steph knows what I'm talking about. Why is that so hard? It's like in the middle of the game. It's like, I guess it's a little bit of a narrative climax, but not really. I mean, you see him and you fight him and then you both go your separate ways and you fight him again later. Like, it's not that significant, but it's just super, super hard for no reason. That's also where you fight Kimahri's like clanmates, which is one of the only places in the game where you can get, if you've taught Kimahri Steel, which you have to go out of your way to do, it's one of the only places in the game where you can get, I think, level 4 locks for the, or like level 4 unlock spheres for the sphere grid, which is a super useful tip if you didn't know. I really like 10. I wonder if 10 holds up or if it's all just my nostalgia talking. I tried to play Final Fantasy X too at one point, but it was so cheesy I couldn't stand it. Just like the sort of Charlie's Angels aesthetic, where like everybody is, it's like this crazy girl group where, I don't know, they're, you know, they do powers by changing clothing, and they're talking about like the magic of friendship, and she's on a quest to find her boyfriend. And it was just like, alright, I get that you wanted to, like, you saw that this had a very, like, high female audience, and you wanted to do a more, like, girl-centric game, but Jesus Christ. I couldn't handle it. Just too ridiculous for me. Alright, I'm gonna heal everybody up. So who needs tonics? You need tonics. Good enough. And I will give Tara a tincture. And I'm gonna be cheap and save the emulator. I will probably not load emulator if I die, because I like to try and do it, you know, within the confines of the actual game. But we'll see. Yes, Sabin sent me. Yeah, the dress spheres thing. Here's the thing: the dress spheres is actually like an interesting. Systematically and mechanically, it's very interesting. Because the point is that to have access to certain moves, you have to sort of change your stance, but they're related to each other in such a way that you can't always change directly from one to another. You have to path through certain systems. And that's an interesting kind of dynamic and setup. But did you really have to make it clothing based? Like, that seems, and call it dress spheres? Like, you're stretching my credulity there a little bit. They were suddenly all pop singers for some reason? I don't even know. Okay, why does it say Vargas and Ipu if there's 3 things? Unless Vargas and Ipu are the name of the bears, and the other guy is called something else. Let's see. Auto crossbow. At least it's kind enough to tell me if I try and steal from something that doesn't have anything. It's like, there's nothing to steal. And that's nice of them. Stealing from bosses is always like an interesting trade-off, because on the one hand, you know, it's dangerous because the more turns you give a boss, the more time he has to, you know, likely that he's going to kill you. But on the other hand, they usually have the best items, so it's often worth making the attempt. I think they were just big trained bears. Oh, is he taunting me now? Also, does he have 4 eyes? Or is he just like a Picasso man with both eyes on the side of his face? Did I already steal? God, I never remember if I steal. I'm just bad at paying attention to that. Yeah, I did already steal. Stealing from a boss when he has nothing left is always a mistake. Hands down. So don't do that. That's just bad form. But I'm doing much better this time around, so that's good. Nothing like actually being prepared for a fight to prepare you for a fight. I like this fight music. It's very compelling. Enough! Off with you now! And yet it gives me the option to keep fighting him. Or it doesn't. Give it up, Vargas! Oh, it's Sabin. How could you do that? How could you do your own father in like that? For a second I thought it said, how could you do your own father like that? And I'm like, is this like that thing he uses slang like Thanarod always uses? Like, Thanarod's always like, no, don't do me like that, game. It's like, how could you do your father like that? I don't know. No, how could you do your own father in like that? Which is still a really weird way of phrasing it. Is that a split infinitive? do in? No, I guess it would have to be to do in to be... No, alright. Let's continue. Fool, he made the mistake of choosing you as his successor. He snubbed me, his only son. I'm like 6 times the size of you! How could he do that to me? No, you were the one he chose. You're a liar. Our master wanted you to be his successor, not me, but you were too large to fit through doorways, and it just didn't work out. He appreciated your fine spirit and enormous size. Enough of your lies. Now, have a taste of my superior technique. Mortal attack, Blizzard Fist. Ah, Sabin, the master taught you well. I guess there's no avoiding this. Fate has made us train together, and fate will send you to your doom. Oh, nice. Random new character. That's cool. He's got a Blitz menu. What's Blitz do? Incorrect Blitz input. Alright. Nothing that I know how to do, apparently. I'll just fight then. You're telling me not to overthink it. Not to overthink my grammar, maybe? Yeah, I overthink things a lot. That's part of who I am. Oh no, I've got a countdown meter on myself. That's probably not good. Can I beat him just by hitting fight over and over? Time to put an end to this. The master's teaching. Must use a Blitz technique. Choose Blitz. Press the control pad left, right, left, then press A. Left, right, left, A. Okay. Choose Blitz and hit the A button. When the cursor appears, enter your technique. Using the control pad, press left, right, left. Press the A button to engage. Okay, so it's like, it's a kata form. You have to do this series of moves to do it correctly. That's cute. If you make a mistake, nothing will happen. There's no need to hurry. Choose Blitz. Press the control pad left, right, left, and press A. Sabin's like, got it, mysterious control narrator voice. I understand. Blitz. Left, right, left. Enter. Pummel! What? What the? He already taught you that? If only you hadn't been in such a rush for power. Nice. Hey, bro. Sabins! 3 exclamation points. He is very excited. Big brother, what are you doing here? I've just awakened. Mind control. No, we did that already. That was a different plot. The brothers are reunited, says Law. Younger brother? At first glance, I thought he was some bodybuilder who had strayed from his gym. Did they have gyms in the fantasy past? Okay, I guess they do. Maybe it was like dojo or something and they just translated it as gym. Bodybuilder. Ha ha ha, I'll take that as a compliment. He looks kind of like he's crying and laughing at the same time in his little sprite. Alright, after this fight I should save and take a break. Anyway, brother, what are you doing here? And by fight I mean this cutscene. Maybe I'll wait till the next save point, but we're on our ways to the Sable Mountains. To a Turner hideout, no doubt? I've been watching from afar, hoping that the world might regain some sanity. At this rate, Figaro will be reduced to a puppet state. Our time to strike back has arrived. The Empire is going to pay for what it has done. So serious, Sarah. Sorry, my mind is in a terrible place. And I can only go with the dirty connotations of this. Like, I'm honestly not sure what they were at. Like, I guess I get what they were going for. No one called you a bear in this fight. They called you a bodybuilder, right? In this cutscene, she called you a bodybuilder. You didn't say, think a bodybuilder like me could help you in your fight. You said, think a bear like me. Roto Penguin in chat says, think a big spoon like me could in your fight. Yes, exactly. I don't... Yeah, someone tell me if the word for bear in Japanese has different connotations than it does here, because that's kind of incredible. Hey, we got both brothers. Well, so my prediction about him, like, us finding him later where he turns out to be one of the big bad guys is incorrect. I think Duncan would rest easier if he knew his disciple played a part in bringing peace to the world. Let's get going. Alright. Are you gonna give me a save point? It's gonna give me a treasure chest. I do like a treasure chest. No! There we go. Be careful. You gotta be very precise with your controls. Alright, and this is the world map, I assume? Yes. So now I'm wondering if I should have done that runner shoes thing after all in that place, but maybe I'll be able to go back there. None of you guys said that it was important, so I assumed that I didn't miss something irreparable. Save, space 2. We're going to save this in slot 2. And then, I think... Let's go back here. Alright, I'm going to take a short 5 minutes-ish break. And I'm going to come back and keep playing. Yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to get my music working. And you'll be able to hear that during the break. Because I downloaded some awesome songs for you guys. Like I said, mostly Legend of Zelda remixes. But they're still awesome. So, here we go. No, we heard that one already. Hold on. Let's skip to a different track. There we go. This is not a remix, but this is one of my favorites.